is up, you guys? I am on my way to Pilates. I should just hold this. So I was having trouble with the mount yesterday. And I just wanted to check in with you guys. So I had my second date yesterday, like I had said. And I'm torn. I'm torn because I enjoyed my time with Pilates boy. I don't know what else to call him. I feel really bad continuing to call him that, but whatever. That's what we're going to name him. Yeah, I had a really good time, but at the same time, I did feel bad because I realized that I abandoned my stream. For those of you guys that don't know, I also stream on Twitch. And my stream days are usually Tuesdays and Thursdays. And initially, when I had agreed to go to dinner, I kind of egged it on, though, to be fair. I was the one who was just like, hey, so when are we gonna, like, catch dinner or whatever? So I'm the one who ended up, like, egging it on. And then, I had told myself initially that I was going to leave after dinner. But once we got there, we ended up hanging out a little bit more, and I ended up staying longer than I planned or intended to. So I missed my stream. And I felt bad because I guess, like, a part of me realized that there's still a part of me that is still self-validating, or, that is still looking for, I guess, external validation. And, I was conflicted and torn because on one end, I really wanted to get to know this person. And I know that they are very selective with their time. Tuesdays and Wednesdays is his only days that he can hang out. And so, when he was willing to hang out yesterday, I wanted to take the opportunity because I am interested and I wanted to get to know him a little bit more. And I just figured that, I would have the discipline to get my ass home, but I learned that I didn't, so I just have to be better at planning out my time or making it work, bringing people on dates, I guess, on Twitch. I don't know, that's a whole nother story in and of itself. But anyway, all this to say that, if part of me felt guilty, I don't want to compromise, what I got going on. I told myself for all of 2025, I am open to actively dating, but I don't want to compromise what I'm building for myself. And I just am a little disappointed that I did that last night, even though I did really enjoy our time. Maybe that's what needed to happen. I could get my whole ick out, or whatever you want to call it, and get refocused again. But it just goes to show that there's still a lot that I need to work on. It's a reminder that I still struggle with choosing myself over anything else. And we make mistakes, but at least I recognize it and I know to do better. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I don't know where this will take me. I've come to realize that I have this thing where after the second date, I kind of want to rush into things. I can already feel myself kind of wondering about the next steps and what we should do next, I guess. And I have to pump the brakes on myself and be like, dude, no, that's your old patterns, that's your old self trying to gain control again, because my anxiety is just I don't want to lose this person in my life. So I'm like considering all the things, like, oh, maybe I should just like break my 2025 goal of working on myself, you know, like maybe I should just like, I don't know, jump the gun again. And I just have to like remind myself, like, no, that's not, we gotta try something different. We've never been here before. Like I said, I don't know if I've said this in a previous video because I didn't get to listen to it, but I'll listen to it in succession later. But like, I've never been in this position where I'm going at this slow of a pace. Usually by the time I even give someone attention or go on a date with them, it's already solidified that like we like each other. Like, this is the first time that I went on a date where like I wasn't sure if he felt the same. And I kind of enjoyed that, to be honest. Like, I really enjoyed being able to just get to know him as a person rather than like, you know, fixate on our attraction to each other, which I realize now that in the past that was my pattern. Is I would basically like go out on dates with people and all we would talk about is like how attracted we were to one another. Like, oh yeah, like I knew that when I saw you did it, you know what I mean, like that kind of thing. And then you just start talking about how much you like each other, but you don't even like, what do you even really like? You don't even know anything about each other at that point other than just the attraction, the physical attraction that you have towards one another. So it made me realize how unhealthy my dating patterns were, and now I'm just like trying my best to keep it slow and steady. So all of this to say that you know, I'm not used to keeping my options open. I've always kind of just jumped right into a relationship or to, you know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, all of this to say that I've always jumped into relationships, and like I'm trying to do things differently this time around and keep my options open. Well, it was a little weird because, you know, there is like somebody else that I was talking to back home, which again, I don't even know. He made a comment yesterday that was, you know, I don't know. I don't know if he's trying to determine if I'm, you know, dating, and I don't know if that's a conversation that I'm supposed to have. And if anybody else has gone through this, like, I'd love to know your guys' opinions on this topic. But like, when you are actively dating, you're not committed to anybody, like, do you tell the people that you're seeing about the fact that you're actively seeing other people as well? Or is it like, is it kind of a given that like if you do not determine that you're exclusively dating, that you don't really owe the other person an explanation? Because I think for me, my preference is knowing how I'm kind of handling things. I guess I have to like coach myself and tell myself that if I'm dating and I'm getting to know people, I have to go into it with a mindset that they could potentially be getting to know other people as well at the same time. And there's nothing wrong with that because we're not committed to each other. You're just trying to figure out, you know, like who works for you, what you like, what you don't like. At least that's what I'm doing. And so I'm kind of going into that mentality that way. So like, I don't really expect people to tell me. And in some ways I kind of don't want to know. Like, I don't want to know if I have competition, especially if I start to really grow feelings for somebody. I just want to automatically assume that unless we are exclusively committed to each other and we have agreed to be exclusively committed, that that door is open. And so I cannot sit here and like demand or expect to have any kind of explanation or any kind of special treatment if we are just like getting to know each other. So that's kind of like my strategy, I guess, or kind of like my mentality when it comes to dealing with actively dating people. Like that question of, you know, because we do share our location with one another, which is kind of crazy now that I'm thinking about it. I mean, again, this other person was a childhood friend, so it's more than just like some stranger. I trust him and everything. There's just certain things about our compatibility that I'm concerned about. That's why I haven't jumped the gun. And plus, like I said, I am trying to work on myself, and seeing other people, dating people, is helping me to learn more about myself through these connections and through these interactions. But I'm not gonna lie, it is a little uncomfortable when like he interrogates me and asks me like, I noticed you've been going out to dinner a lot, like how are you affording these things? Like I don't know what kind of answer he was expecting out of that, but I you know, told him truthfully. I was like, oh well, I don't go out if I have to pay for, you know, the dinners and stuff, which is true. Like, people ask me out and so I go. And I just don't know how to really address that without like giving too much information, but at the same time, like, you know, I don't know. So I wasn't upset about him asking. It was whatever, like fine. And he didn't pry either. Like when I told him that, he was just like, oh, okay. And that was that. Like he didn't ask any further questions. But like now I don't know where he's thinking with that. But I mean, at the same time, it's like he can take with it as he will, because I'm just automatically assuming that until we both agree to a committed relationship, it's free game. Correct me if I'm wrong. That is my rant for today. That is what happened. I am still trying to figure out this balance of how to actively date, put myself out there, entertain, you know, multiple people, while still staying celibate, by the way. Like, this is not hookup season. This is not a hoe phase for me. To me, I really do just want to like get to know people sincerely, because I don't want another soul tie. I don't want another energy exchange like that. No judgment or no shade to anybody who is going through that phase. I have gone through that once before. That's not where I'm at in life right now. So, but yeah, like, I guess still trying to figure out that balance, and we'll see how it goes. But that's the update. That's my train of thought today. I'm gonna be late to Pilates, so I'm gonna end it here. But thank you guys for watching. Would love to hear your opinions. Let me know down below. Are you in the same place? Are you actively dating? Give me all the tea. All right, till the next one. I love you guys. Bye.